This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video I will look back at the Kentucky Derby and preview the Preakness Stakes. Now, the Kentucky Derby was contested on a sloppy sealed track, and despite that footing, the best three horses on paper did finish 1, 2, 3, and it was Sovereignty running down your race favorite Journalism to get the job done, and Baeza from the outside post ended up finishing third. And the full order of finish is on the screen now. Now we'll look back at the Derby. As for your favorite Journalism, he did encounter some early traffic, but that's to be expected in the Kentucky Derby, and his rider Umberto Rispoli was able to get him in the clear, and he was passing rivals, and he looked good turning into the stretch, but Sovereignty was right behind him. His rider, Junior Alvarado, he knew that Journalism was the horse to beat on paper, and he was able to follow the favorite late on the backstretch and into the far turn. Journalism hit the front in the stretch, but he did not have enough of a cushion over Sovereignty, and Sovereignty was able to wear down the favorite and win the race by a length and a half. Journalism was a solid second, and then Baeza rallied from the outside post under Flavien Prat, and he was getting to the runner-up in the late going, and he ended up finishing a clear third. Final Gambit was 2.5 lengths further back in fourth. He had early trouble, and then he was racing wide, and he rallied, but he was going to be rallying from far back anyway, because he definitely has a lack of speed. And he did race wide, and I thought he did well to finish fourth there. And then the pace was very honest, and the horse that was up on the pace that finished best of the other earlier runners was Owen Almighty, and he ended up finishing fifth, 4 3/4 in front of Burnham Square. So the fractions of the race, 22.81, 46.23, 110.78 for the 6 furlongs, a mile in 136.84. They stopped the clock in 202.31. Now we have upcoming plans for Kentucky Derby horses. Now, will Sovereignty run in the Preakness Stakes? That hasn't been decided yet. He had a superficial scrape on his right foreleg. Otherwise, exited the Derby in good order. His connections have not yet decided if they're going to run back in 2 weeks and try the Preakness Stakes. It's possible that he skips the Preakness runs in the Belmont, but that decision isn't going to be made until next week. Your Derby runner-up Journalism remains possible for the Preakness. His trainer, Michael McCarthy, was happy with his Derby effort, especially considered that he'd never even seen a wet track before. So for Journalism on the West Coast, never ran on a wet track, never trained over a wet track, and he ran a quality race here. And also for Journalism, he does run well with less time between starts. At least he did earlier in his career. In his career debut at 6 furlongs, he was third. And then 3 weeks after that, he stretched out to a mile and he broke his maiden in that race. And then after that, 27 days later, he won the Los Al Futurity. So for him, he's run well with less time between starts in the past. And if the Pimlico track is fast on May 17th and Journalism does show up, I would expect him to run a quality race. Baeza, your Kentucky Derby show finisher, for trainer John Sheriffs, he's going to go back to California and most likely target the Belmont Stakes. Final Gambit, fourth in the Derby, not likely to return in 2 weeks for trainer Brad Cox. We'll have to see what they have planned for him down the road. Owen Almighty, he was fifth in the Derby, a good fifth too, considering the pace, and he seemed to have distance limitations, and he had that outer post. Good effort from Owen Almighty. Most likely he'll target shorter races, possibly the Grade 1 Woody Stevens on the Belmont Stakes undercard. We'll have to see what they end up doing with him. They said they were going to target shorter races before the Kentucky Derby, and then they ended up running him in the Derby, and he ran better than expected, so we'll have to see what the owners and the trainer come up with for him, but the Woody Stevens is possible for his next start. Burnham Square, he's not going to run in the Preakness Stakes. And then as for Sandman, he took a lot of money, disappointed in the Kentucky Derby, and he's not been officially ruled out of the Preakness yet, but he's much more likely to run in the Belmont Stakes. Now for Sandman, his sire Tappet, he's responsible for 4 Belmont Stakes winners, but those winners were all at a mile and a half. So due to the ongoing construction at Belmont Park, the 2025 Belmont Stakes, just like it was last year, will be at a mile and a quarter at Saratoga, and it will be run on Saturday, June 7th. American Promise is still possible for the Preakness for trainer Wayne Lucas. Now, the Derby was his first start in 7 weeks, and we've seen Lucas over the years wheel horses back from the Derby that finished up the track, and they have rebounded and run better in the Preakness Stakes. We'll have to see what Lucas decides to do with American Promise. And then none of the other Derby starters are looking at the Preakness at this time. Now we have multiple new shooters that are possible for the Preakness Stakes at this time, including Clever Again for trainer Steve Asmussen And this horse won the Hot Springs Stakes at Oaklawn Park in his last start. Heart of Honor, possible for the Preakness Stakes. He was your UAE Derby runner-up. Gosger, your Lexington Stakes winner, is possible for the Preakness. And then we have the best local hope, Pay Billy. He won the Federico Tessio Stakes at Laurel Park in his last start, and that race was a win and you're in for the Preakness Stakes. So Pay Billy is supposed to run in the Preakness Stakes. Rodriguez for trainer Bob Baffert. He was your Wood Memorial winner, and he went wire to wire, and he scratched out of the Kentucky Derby. He had a little bit of a foot issue, and it seems like he could recover quickly enough to run in the Preakness Stakes, and if he does run in the Preakness, most likely he'll be the one to catch. River Thames, second in the Fountain of Youth Stakes behind Sovereignty, only beaten the neck, and then he was third in the Bluegrass Stakes last time out. He had enough points to run in the Kentucky Derby, but his connections opted to skip the Derby, target the Preakness. He has tactical speed, and he's one that's fresh and a fresh new face that could be dangerous in the Preakness as well. And Caldera is listed as a possibility at this time for trainer Wayne Lucas. He was second in the Bathhouse Row Stakes. Prior to that, earlier this year, he was second in the Sunland Derby, just missed there. And his connections, his trainer Wayne Lucas and the owner's My Racehorse, so they connected with the Preakness last year. They had a long shot Preakness winner. The 2024 Preakness winner, Seize the Gray. So we'll have to see if Caldera tries to follow in Seize the Gray's footsteps and run in the Preakness Stakes. Now, if you're interested in my annual Triple Crown Series full cards, you'll find them at therunawayhorse.com on my shop page. My 2025 Oaks and Derby highlights are on the screen now. I had a good day with both of those full cards. For Kentucky Oaks Day, 5 top choice winners, multiple daily doubles, pick 3s, and a pick 4. And my price play of the day was Raging Sea, and that one upset Torpedo Anna in the Grade 1 La Troine Stakes. So I had a good day on my Kentucky Oaks full card and the Kentucky Derby full card. Excellent day as well. 4 top choice winners, multiple trifectas, doubles, pick 3s. I had 2 pick 4s and a pick 5, including the Derby, suggested win wager on Sovereignty with the exacta and the trifecta. A nice profit there. I mentioned that in my video last night. Copian was my top choice, and she won a stakes race for trainer Richard Mandela. I had multiple other winners, Patch Adams later in the card, and then in the final race I hit as well, getting that late pick 4 and pick 5. So good results overall for my Oaks and Derby full cards, and my recent Preakness winning tickets on my full cards. I've hit the Preakness many times over the years, and let's go back to 2015. For that one, I had the trifecta, American Pharaoh, Tale of Verb, and Divining Rod. I got that trifecta for my full card. 2016 Preakness, my top choice Exaggerator won. Also had the exacta and superfecta. The 2018 Preakness had the Justify and Bravazzo exacta with the trifecta and superfecta. In 2021, had the Rumbauer Midnight Bourbon exacta with the trifecta and superfecta. In 2022, my top choice Early Voting, 1320 to win, plus the exacta and the trifecta. And in 2023, my top choice National Treasure won the race at 5-2. Also gave out the trifecta and superfecta. So a lot of success over the years in the Preakness Stakes. And a special thank you goes out to everyone for supporting my work and purchasing my Oaks and Derby full cards. Also, I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos and liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. You've helped me reach over 125,000 views in the last 28 days. And all of this hard work definitely could not be possible without your support. And later this month, I will be covering Black-Eyed Susan Day and Preakness Day full cards at Pimlico on May 16th and 17th. And multiple Belmont Stakes Week full cards at Saratoga, including Belmont Stakes Day on Saturday, June 7th. The Preakness is my hometown race, and I plan on having plenty of Preakness Stakes coverage on my channel in the coming days and weeks, so stay tuned for all of that. I will have new videos on my channel each day from now through the Preakness Stakes, so keep checking my channel each day. I'm going to have new stuff up there all the time. And go to therunawayhorse.com on my shop page if you're interested in my Triple Crown season products, and I will include a link to that shop page in the video description below. And I've been offering my Triple Crown Series products since the late 1990s online, so I've been around a long time. I've had a lot of success with these Triple Crown full cards, and I'm off to a good start in 2025 with a lot of success on Oaks and Derby Day. And as always, like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.